everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. Let's just jump right in today. See what you got for me. Okay, question number 1. How did you and Eric spend your anniversary? Well, thank you for asking. November 8th is our anniversary. It was our 11-year anniversary. That's one of the craziest things I've ever said. I mean, this is what happens. Somebody I saw posted on Instagram the other day, and it was something like, when I realized that people born in 1995 are 30, and then I'm like, how is that possible? Because I'm also 30, but I'm not. This is what's happening in life. Eric and I got married on November 8th, 2014. And you may recall that 2 years to the day after that was the 2016 election. That's how we spent our 2-year wedding anniversary, was watching election results come in. Fortunately, that was a great one. There was a big celebration, long night, big celebration. This year we kept it low key. You know, I feel like we're so busy all the time that we both kind of wanted to just have a day to do kind of the things that we never get to do, which is like to hang out with our kids and to relax a little bit. And then we went out to a very nice dinner and just spent some time together with no phones. We put them down, we put them aside. You got to do it. Otherwise, everybody's just looking at their phones. And I'll tell you, Eric is a little bit worse than I am, and he'll be the first to admit it. It's almost like he doesn't even realize he does it. He'll pick up that phone and look at it, and I'm like, what are you doing? So we had to put them on the other side of the table on a chair so neither of us could even reach for it. I wish we could should we have a restaurant? And I kind of feel like I want someone to do this, where when you walk in, you literally take your phone and you put it in like a lockbox, sort of how they do at the White House whenever you go into like a SCIF or, at the DOJ or wherever it is, FBI, CIA. They all have these places where you can't take your phones because it's a security risk. So you put it in a little box out front. I'm going to say that we need more of that. I'm just going to throw it out there. If there's a restaurateur who might want to get involved in that, I will go to your restaurant and I will promote it because I think it's that important. But we had a great anniversary. We got to spend time together. I got beautiful flowers. And honestly, like, we don't do the gift stuff anymore. It's enough. My whole life is a gift. I'm just kidding. My husband would like me to say that. But it's great. We just want to spend time together. And I think that's what you should do on your anniversary. So it was awesome. Okay, next question. How do you feel about AI? Will it change the world or kill us all? Unfortunately, I'm more in the kill us all boat. And I hate to be that way because it can be so useful, but it terrifies me for a whole host of reasons. Now, hear me out. There's 2 ways that I'm worried that it's going to kill us all. The first way is that I think we're like 7 years away from the robots and the computers fully taking over. I think there was some Google worker who has better knowledge of all of this than I do, who in an interview said that it's 2032 or something, where the AI will become smarter than we are and literally just be done listening to us and just kind of take over. And I don't know, computers control a lot today. Think about our air traffic control system. Think about our water supply and all of the things that go on, what computers are all doing for us at all times, security systems, etc., our lights, our entire grid, all of it. So there's that way where they're just going to go full Terminator on us and that's it, we're done. Here's the other way that I worry it's going to kill us all. People are just getting dumber. They're getting dumber by the day because we're not able to do basics anymore. I saw some study, I think it was yesterday, I was reading some study where if you're under 30 years old, 85% of sub 30-year-olds can't even spell most things because they're so used to spell check on their phone doing it for them. That we're talking basic stuff here. They can't spell, they can't do, basic math. They don't know how to read a map. None of it. We're done. If these phones cease to exist, imagine a lot of America and the world trying to live. Now, the people who are out living in these tribes in the Amazon, or I saw some tribe the other day that they just found out of nowhere, they didn't even know it existed, somewhere in the Amazon, they're going to be fine. The rest of us, I don't know. I don't know about it. It's really scary to me. The good side of AI, I see. I see how it can help us advance in science and, space and exploration and medical, needs and curing cancer. I get it. I think there's a lot of hope. Elon Musk told me that we're only a few years away from people who were born blind being able to see. That's incredible. And that's all due to, in large part, AI. So I see both sides of it, but I think it's making people lazy. Nobody writes anything anymore. I won't even say what it is. I got something that I was supposed to put my name on the other day that someone sent me to approve. Pretty sure it felt like AI wrote the whole thing, and I had to edit the whole thing because that's outrageous, and I'm not going to partake in that. I don't use AI for stuff like that. I write all my own stuff because I think it's terrible. But I digress. We'll see. Time will tell. Hold on. That's all I got to say. And make sure you can read a map. Make sure you can read a compass. Those things may come in handy one day. You may be the only person. Figure out how to hunt. Figure out how to grow your own food. I'm just saying. Don't say I didn't warn you. If you're a homeowner in America, you need to listen to this. The FBI has been warning about a type of real estate fraud on the rise called title theft, and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on a single document, use a fake notary stamp, and file it with the county. Just like that, on record, they own your home. Using your home ownership, they can take out loans against your equity or even sell your property. And you won't know about it until foreclosure or collection notices show up in the mail. That's why I've partnered with Home Title Lock, so you can protect your equity and find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Lara at hometitlelock.com, and you'll get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title records, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud occurs, their U.S.-based restoration team will spend up to $1 million to fix it. So go to HometitleLock.com and use promo code Lara to set up your account today. I found the perfect gift that your entire family will love, one that brings families together and actually fills your home with light. This is Angel Studio's biggest sale of the year, and right now you can get an Angel Guild membership for as low as $6.99 a month for 12 months, plus 2 free tickets to see David in theaters this Christmas. And trust me, this one looks absolutely amazing. For that price, you could buy an overpriced cup of coffee, or you could give your family the gift of incredible entertainment, and entertainment that you'll feel good about. Join the Angel Guild to lock in your savings now, grab your movie tickets, and start streaming all their amazing shows together this holiday season. Visit angel.com/Lara to join today. Next question. How did you and Paula Dean become friends? Okay, I love Paula Dean. I can't state that enough. So let me start by saying that growing up, I watched the Food Network a lot, and I absolutely loved Paula Dean. I mean, what's not to love? She's just this warm, like an aunt, grandma figure who just has a great sense of humor, fun to watch, made delicious food. I loved her. I grew up watching her. And then when I moved to New York when I was 24. And I didn't know a single person in New York when I moved. I was so homesick for the first, 6 months I lived in New York that I found that one of the things that comforted me was honestly watching Paula Dean on the Food Network, because it made me feel like I was home. She talks like, people where I grew up, and has that same sense of warm kind of Southern hospitality. And I was like, God, if I would just turn it on, I'm like, okay, I feel better watching Paula Dean. And then I don't even remember how many years ago this was. 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. I met her in the green room at Fox. And let me tell you something. It was better than even anticipated. I always thought meeting her, a lot of times you meet people who you see on TV or whatever, are famous, whatever it is, and they let you down. They're not as good in person as you anticipated. I hope I never let anybody down. If you ever put me in any category that you want to meet me, I hope I live up to it. Paula Dean exceeded it in every possible way. She was so warm and so lovely. And we met then, and then we really connected, trying to raise money for good causes, whether it's our veterans or St. Jude. We've done a lot of events together where we've sold these packages of dinner with me and Eric and Paula Dean and her husband, Michael, where Paula cooks. One of them was at my house, one was at her house. And so we've done a lot of good there and also been able to get to know each other quite a bit. And I couldn't love her more. She's amazing. She's so sweet. She's so funny. And I got to tell you, she got also a pretty raw deal. You may recall Paula Dean was probably the first victim of cancel culture. And she's tried to claw her way back, and she's tried to come back from what was a really tough time for her and for her family. And she's a great human, and I couldn't love her more. So, yeah, stay tuned. More to come with Paula Dean, I think. Okay, final question. Favorite Thanksgiving food besides turkey? Does anyone like turkey as their number one? I mean, there's so many better things than the turkey. So mine is a toss-up. I mean, I love a stuffing, dressing, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's all carbs, right? Paula Dean and I also, you should tune in to my Fox show this weekend, cook up a cornbread stuffing that is absolutely delicious. But you know what my husband always requests is the one straight out of the box, the stovetop. That's all he wants. Don't get fancy with him, okay? I remember we went someplace one time where they had done like it was like right before Thanksgiving, and it was this whole Thanksgiving meal. It was a very nice place, and everything was just kind of done with just a little extra. The stuffing they had was sausage and oysters, like stuffing. I mean, I thought it was delicious. Eric was horrified by it. He was like, they ruined it. Just get it straight out of the box. So that's what he likes. I like all the stuffings. And then I love sweet potatoes. So, if you do like a sweet potato casserole, I mean, I could just have that, quite frankly, as the whole meal. I really don't need anything else. And then I say that. Probably I'm going to say also up there are collards for me. Now, this is something maybe not everyone does in the country, but in the South, you probably already know if you know about them. It's a staple at our Thanksgiving and Christmas meals. Collard greens, and I look forward to them because I don't get them that much, and they take a long time to cook, and they have to be done a certain way. And my Uncle Durwood, who we lost back in the spring, used to do the greatest collard greens I've ever had, and no one else in the family would even dare do them because Durwood would do a much better version than anyone else. So I'll let you know who's going to do these collard greens this year. I don't know. Somebody's got to step up to the plate. I don't know if it's my mom. I don't know if it's my Aunt Mary, my Aunt Carol. Somebody better do it. My Uncle Leroy. Y'all better get it together because I need some collard greens when I go home for Thanksgiving. So we will report back on exactly what happens there. All right, that's going to do it for us for this episode of Lara Trump, Wanted for Questioning. Send us more. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we need to get all the questions in. Get them in early. Put it under this episode. Put it under any of our social media. And make sure you like, subscribe, share, and follow. And we'll see you back here next time for more of Lara Trump, Wanted for Questioning.